Okay, so hello everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. And I'm back with my screen. We're gonna continue the design where we left it off. And uh, I'm the first thing I'm gonna do is change the shoes that I didn't like. Where was the shoes there? Okay. So basically, this was it, the outfit design, right? Let's just color it a little bit more for the color references so I know what to color in the shoes later. Got it. So what I wanted the shoes to be like was big soles, right? That was the concept. But then I also wanted it to look something related to Venus flytrap because the design was based off it. So we're gonna do just that. Need to correct this part. Both of them should look equal. Let's go with a sketch. I still haven't been able to figure out what the shoes should be like. Let's just go along with feet first. Disclaimer, I'm not really good at drawing feet either. Okay, this is going. Wait. Need to figure this out. This is how I draw them. This, right? This is it. This is the shape. And then we reduce the opacity of this shape and then we draw the main part of the feet. One thing I forgot is that I do add this part as well. Sort of. Okay. Now we draw the feet. Now, why do I feel like I can't draw feet today? But no, I'm not gonna take any references. Not today. Or maybe I will. Didn't I just say a while ago that taking references isn't a bad thing? But I'm so good at them usually. I don't know, I forgot. Maybe not that good. I'm still not a professional. I'm just trying things out, practicing and learning every day. Okay. These look not bad. So these are rough anyway. It's not like I'm gonna make him without shoes. Okay. So if these are the feet, then what should the shoes look like? What if I made him sandal instead of sneakers? What if? But then even if they were okay, let's just go with the sandals for a moment. Ooh, a what if? So many what ifs in my mind. It turns out that making this does not look half bad, huh? Imagine the toes coming out of the mouth of a Venus flytrap. But then it will look girly after I add some stripes and stuff. I was planning to add some stripes and mm, stuff, but that looks bad. I did not imagine I would struggle this much with shoes. Might as well just use the old ones. I really need to practice drawing shoes. But drawing them isn't the problem. Drawing a design is a problem. Why am I only good at designing characters and not their dresses and aesthetics? Right? If I'd like erase these. Okay, the basics fine, I guess. Today I was designing another character. Rather, it wasn't a design, it was just an illustration that came to my mind. Mm, do you want to see it? I can show you. Let me show you that illustration that I was doing, but I did not complete. And there's also a commission ongoing that I'm working on. I need to get done with his hair and change a bit of his eyes before I submit it. So I'm not gonna show it to you. Anyway, this is the commission I've been working on. This is not a commission. Wait, this is the illustration I've been working on, and it was just for myself, not really for like any commissions or paid or whatever. This was a design that I came up with for the hair for this character if it was a female design, and this was designed before I decided it to be a male outfit, okay? So this was what I was thinking. Perhaps I could possibly turn this into a male character. Maybe. It really depends. I just like this hairstyle. I saw this sort of something like this sort somewhere, and then I was like, maybe I could try something like that. Okay, so not sure if this was a good idea, but let's just go with this for now. Sometimes I wonder if I should like do the tutorial things. I mean, I don't exactly consider myself good enough to be like teaching other people how to draw, as in on YouTube. There's so many other people that can teach way better than me. But then, well, I know a few things that maybe I could possibly share, and since it's really hard for me to understand things, that makes things easier when I am teaching people, as in I am able to teach in a more simpler language, let's just say, because I had to break it down in a simple way for myself. I don't know if you would understand what I mean, but yeah, I was thinking that if I taught someone, they would have an easier time learning than when I had. Should I just start explaining what I'm doing, as in what the buttons are for and stuff? Right now, I'm using an airbrush with trapezoid 60%, and I just paint for sketching. This is what I use for sketching because it's quite smooth and, well, I just understand this nicely. I did want some veiny stuff on the shoes, but then leaves sounds nice. But I also don't want to make it girly. So, uh, okay. I think this sort of works. I'm saying sort of because I might just change my mind later. The reason I am designing this character again is because I would like to use it in my portfolio later, and perhaps uh make it an adoptable, maybe if I decide it. Or a last option would be to incorporate it in one of my stories. Yeah, I write stories too, but I don't post them. This is stuff I write for myself. I think this looks kind of modern and not the looks I was going for before, but I think I still like it better than the other one. Mm, I do I do like the thorns I put on the last one, so I will try to put those on these two. The thorns in the soles. They're too far apart, aren't they? Well, let's just close the gap then. Okay. No, I don't like it. We'll draw it again. Okay. Mm, I think I would like to tilt this one a little bit, like in that position. That looks better. You know what? I am so upset that I have not watched One Piece yet. As in, when I'm sitting like this and suddenly I remember, oh my god, what happened in One Piece? And I remember that I haven't even ended Egghead. It's not like I never have time. I do have time sometimes, but it's like it just goes somewhere. I don't know. Most of my days are spent drawing like a hermit in my room. What? Are they not? What? Why? Why is this? Did the scale move or something? Why is this not symmetrical? Strange. Did I not draw them in with the same scale? Maybe not. We're just gonna have to erase one of them. And then we copy and paste the other one. Like that. Okay, let's go back to the erasing. Now this should be symmetrical. Oh, I think I like this design. Maybe I should add one more thorn. During Wano, I did read a little bit of One Piece manga as well. But then I realized that I actually only like the anime. It's not like I don't like mangas and don't like to read them, etc. But it's just that oh no! Shoot. Wait, guys, give me a moment. I forgot my dinner on the table, and there's so many ants on it. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. Let me check. It says YouTube is not responding. I'm not sure what to do. Why not? What must I do? I'll have to. Okay, we're back to normal. So basically, what happened was that I don't usually eat dinner in time. Sometimes I just leave it beside me. But today I don't know why I forgot all about it. And well, it's, it's so many ants got on it. And my mom would kill me if she found out. So I just ran and like did stuff. Okay, let's just leave that. We're gonna add some thorns on the other side as well. Should have taken this on a different layer. But oh well. What's done is done now. Why? Why is this weird? Hmm. Sort of looks better, but not exactly. Maybe I should just ignore this one and erase this one as well. But it wouldn't look as good then. I don't know what angle. Okay, better. I think these shoes are better than the other ones that I made before. Those were too chunky. I mean, I was going for some sort of gotcha puta design, but like still, those were not the kind of things I was going for. Okay, let's just line them. I will probably not be streaming for long today because I have some work to do. And of course, that work can be done on stream, but then I won't be able to focus properly. I don't usually sketch or make complicated stuff on stream. I make things on stream can that like don't require too much attention from my end. Because when I'm streaming, I have to focus on speaking and stuff and making sure that the stream is going okay. Okay, When I'm lining stuff, doing the line art, I usually use longer strokes. People keep asking me how I'm so fast at drawing, like lining. That is because I have been an Ibis Paint artist who used to draw with a finger only. So that probably helped me in like improving. But that's just speculation or like it's not exactly, it's just my thought. Like, usually I use longer strokes, so like these. So these help me like stay in consistent. Rotating the canvas so that I only have to move my hand in one direction and not too many. If you get used to rotating the canvas and using just these kind of strokes that are attached to each other, then your lining becomes easier. See, I don't have to draw like this. I can just do this and then draw that. I have my tablet keys set up on shortcuts of Ibis Paint. Spacebar is used to move the canvas, and I think it was shift and spacebar that rotates, or I don't know, it was alt and spacebar. Anyway, you can find those on Google. So many people don't even use Ibis Paint to illustrate. Some of them I know, and like some people use GIMP and Fire Alpaca and Krita. I used to use Krita at one point, but then I stopped. That was because for Ibis Paint, I feel like the pencil for line art is smoother than the other softwares. I like Clip Studio Paint as well, but I still feel like it's not for me personally. The the pencil isn't as smooth as I would like for it to be. Clip Studio Paint requires more attention and like you have to remember more tools. Ibis Paint is a little bit more simple. And although I know a lot of tools on Clip Studio Paint, I keep forgetting them because I don't use it very often. I was wondering what if the teeth in it were kind of 3D. What if? But then that would require a lot more mm, hard work on my part. Maybe I should not be lazy and do it. But what if I do it and then not like it? Character designs are complicated. This one is genuinely just something random I came up with and I just wanted to do anything I want. I don't know how good it is, but it's not looking bad either. A few letters that are on my mind would be Mhm. Please tell me these don't look like braids and look like teeth. We'll have to make a few more before I decide. Do these look like teeth and not braids? Well, let's just say they're braids, then what? Oh, we were talking about me not being able to watch One Piece. Remembering that again because my mouse pad is full of wanted posters. I love One Piece. Absolutely adore One Piece since 2014, the end of 2014. But I feel like I'm not that great of a fan because I spent 10 years trying to like finish the series. Some people finish it in months. The people that have too much time on their hands can finish that in months. But like I binge watch 100 episodes at a time. I'm that kind of person. And then I don't watch it for months. One Piece has been my favorite anime since the first time I watched it. And I watched some. I don't watch many anymore, but I used to watch a lot when I was a teenager. Anime. I watched some 350 anime maybe. I read more manhwas now. Mangas and manhwas. Mangas, shoujo mangas, and manhwas. They can be action or romance or comedy. Anything does the job as long as the drawing is good. And I can learn something from it, like storyboarding and stuff. My main focus is always on learning how to storyboard. I have thousands, like literally thousands of screenshots of different storyboards in my PC and in my drive, and so many saved pins on Pinterest just to learn how stuff works. And then these days, I'm also saving some uh, dress designs that are used in manhwas. I know a lot of manhwas use like Clip Studio dresses and lace designs from Clip Studio Paint and mm, other softwares. Ibis Paint does not have a lot of such brushes, but since they introduced the feature of making brushes, I make my own laces when I have time. Like when I want to make some royal dress, I make my own laces for that. Actually, I think these look kind of sick. Should I? Right? They do. Ooh, I have another idea. I will make these parts like gums. Trying to teach my best friend how to use Live 2D when I don't even know how to use it myself. The reason being, she can't draw, right? She wants to learn how to draw, but she can't draw yet. Also, but she loves drawing, and she wants to like mm, start earning and be a part of the artists community as fast as possible. So I just told her to learn Live 2D because then she can come handy to me as well. She can just rig my models and well, then she would be a part of the community. Easy as that. Except I know Live 2D can be complicated for some people, especially those who have never used illustration softwares or editing softwares. I have used so many softwares, but still, like, I can't consider myself very pro, and Live 2D does require a lot of attention in the beginning. Once you rig a full model, you would not need another tutorial. You'll understand everything after that. And I found a really good tutorial on YouTube somewhere. People are actually so nice, they upload stuff for free. And then there's people who complain about not being able to learn from them. As in, for example, me, myself. When I wanted to learn 3D, I just couldn't understand the tutorials about Blender. And I'm not the kind to like keep watching if I don't understand something. I give up really fast. I can say that I did spend a few hours on trying to learn a few tools of Blender, but like learning three tools in like 2 hours was just not my thing. My brain just wasn't processing those things. I was like, if I learn 3D, it has to be in an academy. Otherwise, I just stick to 2D. But I tried Live 2D, and I think it's not exactly as difficult as learning 3D art. This looks nice, but if I add these branches here, how am I gonna make the gums colored? I wanted these like that. Let's just remove the branch for now. We are gonna hide this layer. I also don't want a border to the gums, right? So we're just gonna add these for temporarily, like temporary purposes. Okay. Oh, I forgot to erase that branch. Hmm. Okay. I'll color these gums later. I think these look nice. When I do color this, I will remove these. This part looks empty because I am probably gonna add some sort of texture on it. What about the head? I still haven't been able to figure out what I want for the head. Um, let's just take the size of the no. Let's just draw it separately. Let's design a head on a separate canvas. This will just be a sketch for now. Okay, this is how I start. I start by making a very rough round circle. It gives my brain some space to work with. And then I make the opacity. Wait, I can just erase the parts that I don't like. Okay. Okay, this is a round circle. And then I reduce the opacity. You draw the circle again, but this time a little bit more neat. Erase the last one, like hide the last one. Okay, so this is basically a circle. What is the purpose of a circle? It, it's supposed to give me some idea of how I want the jaw to be. Now, since the dress looks sort of um a young male boy, young boy, so I would make the face also sort of like not manly, but rather some cute boy vibes. Hello, Dako. The design is going fine. I guess I redesigned the shoes. I have also like designed it in a way that will require rendering from my side before it's complete. Like it'll only get good after coloring whatever I have in my mind. And why is Ibis Paint taking so long to load? My app isn't responding all of a sudden. I don't know what happens every time someone like comes. Okay, I'm gonna have to close it probably. Okay, back to work. Now we're designing the face. Okay, so I was showing them this random illustration that I was doing today, and this is where the design is at right now. I redesigned the shoes. Um, and I was planning. This was before I designed it. Well, before I decided for this one to be for a male model, I was thinking of a female one that looked like this. But now I'm thinking of something similar, but it has to be a boy. So we're gonna design the face now, and then we're gonna stick that face onto that model, right? So this is how the jaw goes. I want the ears to be kind of elfish because the dress looks sort of grassy and plant like, so I'm gonna go with elf ears for some sort of fairy, I suppose. Ooh, that gives me an idea. I could possibly add some wings as well. Some mischievous smile. Big eyes or smaller eyes? Let's just see which ones work better. Yeah, it is looking good. Thank you. I'm not exactly really satisfied with it yet because it is just the first sort of prototype. But yeah, now the eyelids should be bigger than that. I mean, he is sort of a fairy, right? I want him to be mischievous. Maybe he should have sharp teeth. We're gonna design the face here and then we're gonna fit it onto the model and hope that it works. Are they too far apart? I can't tell. Thank you very much for telling me that I am muted again. Yet again. This randomly happened and then I don't know. Unless someone tells me. I was hoping that I would be able to figure it out this time. I was looking at the screen, but I suppose now. Okay. So, I don't know how long I've been muted, so I'll reply to everything again. I was saying that we're gonna fit this head onto the design afterwards, and the reason I'm making his hair so spiky is because, um, of course, it's based on Venus flytrap. And this is reminding me of a character from Full Metal Alchemist. If you've watched it, that is. I think the character was Greed. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. I watched it very long ago. Maybe I should have taken the spikes a little lower than that. Yep, like that. Now the back hair need to look something similar, but we gotta be done with this part first. How far do they go? Listen, do they go like this? I know, right? I watched both Full Metal and Full Metal Alchemist, but honestly, I like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Full Metal Alchemist normal one. But I like the Brotherhood one more because it had a better ending. There was this guy in Full. Wait, let me look him up. I think his name was Greed. No, he was not Greed. Uh, why am I looking up a random character now? Because I really miss it. I would probably rewatch Full Metal Alchemist one day. Brotherhood only though. Envy. It was Envy. Okay. I'm gonna take some inspiration from his hair. So I'm gonna download one of his images. I need to take a screenshot. Okay, so this guy was Envy, and I think, wow, my character does kind of look like him. But, oh, he's wearing some sort of bandana. What if I gave him a bandana as well? But then I don't want it to look exactly like Greed, right? Envy, right? Could we go with something like this? Shorter hair? Ah, I'm not sure. Maybe he's just a mischievous good guy. Or like, I don't know. I just haven't thought of a lore yet, but maybe, maybe he could be a guy that was misunderstood the whole time. and he was actually good in the end of the story. But before that, like everybody thought that he's a villain. But he is based off Venus flytrap, so what the plant does is basically it waits for its prey to come and then grabs it. I feel like the eyes are a little too low. I was just trying to stick to the head part. The hair is also quite low. And oh, wait, oops, wait, what are we doing here right now? We could go with something like that. But wait, now it's turning out ridiculous. I'll try one more time. The eyes are too low, so let's just change that as well. Why are the neighbors so loud? It's like 3:30 a.m. and they're so loud right now. You probably can't hear them, but I can, and that's enough. Oh yeah, the absence because sand looks kind of scary, but it helps you kill flies. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Wait, if I imagine we. Oh, okay. I think I can make sense of this. For example, there was a story. Okay, he was acting like a villain, and then in the end of the story, we find out that the people or the villains or the characters he was actually trapping were the actual villains, and he wasn't. He's just a cute little boy trying to stay alive. Yeah, I think I like it. I have a story. Okay, I've been writing it forever. And in that story, I make a lot of hybrid animals, but I've never made any for plants. Like, I made a bat hybrid in my story, a character, OC. And then there was a wolf hybrid, and there was a lizard hybrid, and there was a jellyfish hybrid. So I could possibly make one with a Venus flytrap, but then isn't it a plant? Well, it's my story. Nothing is stopping me from adding plant based OCs. Maybe I will make the front hair kind of pointy, but then the back hair would be a little bit more. This should be spiky. I know, right? Mm, I haven't seen a lot of characters based on plants. I mean, why does nobody ever think of a Venus flytrap? It's such a captivating plant. But I've never seen a character based off it, so I'm making one. Are you sure? Like, there's a lot of characters based on like Greek myths too, right? And in fact, this reminds me of something within Full Metal Alchemist, like the homunculi. But when I started writing my story, I had not watched the Full Metal Alchemist yet, and my story was kind of something similar. When I started writing it, it was back in 2015 when I started. So my story was basically inspired from Generator Rex because I was watching that in those days on the TV. They were quite famous at the time. Ben 10 and Generator Rex. Basically, a machine causing you to become something that you're not a non human alien, something like that. And my story was inspired from that too. But then time passed and it turned into something entirely weird and different. Generator Rex is basically sort of an anime. It used to like I used to watch it on Cartoon Network. I don't know how you have not watched it because I think it's American, although I'm not exactly sure about that. But I think it is American. They're basically cartoons, like something. Their story is pretty amazing, like anime. You can probably watch them online somewhere. The episodes. It was amazing. It was a series, and it was amazing. I think it was also inspired by Ben 10. At the time, Ben 10 was one of the best cartoons out there. Have you watched Ben 10? Please don't tell me you haven't. Really now? I'll tell you what. You should give it a shot. Generator X definitely deserves a shot. Oh. There's so many forms of Ben. There's like on our television, there's always some sort of Ben Tennyson series running because now there's so many Ben Tennysons, so many different faces and so many designs. I thought you must have watched at least one of them. But the OG is the best. The young Ben, the 10-year-old Ben that found the watch. That's the best series ever. And that is what inspired a lot of other stories. Okay, I think its hair is starting to look kind of nice. I used to watch a lot of Disney movies when I was a kid. I used to watch Rapunzel and um, Frozen came very very late. Like Frozen came when I was quite old. Matlab, I mean, when I was young, I watched this movie called Ivan. Uh, I don't know the full name of it, and there were a few more movies of Disney that I watched, and I'm not sure. if Ivan was a Disney movie. I also watched Zootopia at some point and Mulan, stuff like that. What did you watch when you were younger? What? I don't know when I set these alarms, but they stop ringing at the worst timings. I think he looks better, but now I'm starting to feel like he's looking like another character. I just can't pinpoint which one. I feel like I've seen another character like this somewhere, but I just don't. Maybe these cheek lines are reminding me of a character from Yona of the Dawn. Have you watched Yona of the Dawn? Wait, tell me which anime is your favorite? Why do I feel like his head looks too empty? What if I gave him some sort of. What if I gave him ears or horns or something? No, I don't want him to look entirely like a villain. But then I also want him to look something cute. But Venus flytrap does not have ears. Have your top five anime? Tell me about it. Which ones? Art is just inspiration from a lot of different places. So even if he does look like some other characters, I'll just say that it was inspired by them because somewhere in my mind they're probably resting in peace. Oh, are you talking about Shingeki no Kyojin, like Attack on Titan, and Re:Zero and Naruto and One Piece and Dragon Ball? Oh, the OG anime, the big three. My favorite anime would be first would be One Piece. As always, I've always loved One Piece. It's like what I was what in 2015 I started no 14 I started watching One Piece and I love it since then. And then the second most favorite anime would be uh I don't think I can number them correctly, but I would tell you how many anime I like, okay? I also like Death Note and I like Snow White with red hair. It's a romance anime, by the way. And I like Black Butler and, of course, Attack on Titan as well, but only till season 3. And My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer. And there's one more, Vanitas, the case study of Vanitas. I guess that's it. Oh, wait. There's Kaiju number 8, and there's also. I was watching Gachiakuta a while ago. I haven't watched a lot of it, so I can't judge it just yet. But I think I like it too, and Chainsaw Man as well. I don't know. I have so many anime that I like. But there's like, if you're asking me for a second favorite one, then it would be probably a romance anime called Plastic Memories. That's that's my second favorite anime of all time. Wait, you're right. He can wear earrings. But what kind? Plant? Maybe uh leaves. And I'll make these leaves so that they're yellow and not exactly green, and maybe a little bit rotten later when I color them. And some thorns coming out of his oh, like this. Ooh, these look nice. Look. Ah, there's thorns in his ears. I just wanted to give him a hat or something, but I'm not exactly good at making hats. Yes, I admit I'm not good at everything. What if he was wearing some sort of hoodie? Oh, but my design doesn't have a hoodie. It actually looks sick on him. It looks so good. Oh wow! I think I'll give him a hoodie, and then I'll incorporate it into the design somehow. Oh, that looks amazing. Why do I keep praising myself? Um, I don't exactly. Well, let's just say I do sort of. I like all sorts of anime. It's not like I'm sticking to one genre and then just going with the flow. I just watch whatever I find interesting. Like I also watch a lot of comedy anime. Like Asobi Asobase is my favorite anime when it comes to comedy. Oh, I watched Komi-san as well, but I think I did not watch it completely. Okay, so let me duplicate this and oh, perfect. The hoodie looks nice, right? I was thinking if just in case the hoodie I need to remove the hoodie later. I just have the hair saved as well. And what if the hoodie is kind of transparent like that? Like a sheet with nerves going around. That would come with the rendering, of course. But oh my god, I feel like it will look so cool. Like this would be sort of transparent, but it would have nerve endings like that, so that it looks sort of like um a transparent leaf, but also kind of veiny. Asobi Asobase is the name of the anime I mentioned. I'll write it down in the chat. I don't actually know its English name because I think it's not um like that popular and does not have an English name. Maybe it does have an English name, but I don't know about it. Okay, this is how the design is gonna go, but for now I have to like stop the stream. It was a shorter stream today because I have some work to do. I have to like work on a YCH commission, and I have to do a few more commissions tonight. So and it's already almost 4 a.m. So I gotta go. I will recommend watching it if you're like if you're even if you're having a very bad day, if you end up watching Asobi Asobase, it would be like way it would make your day better. It is so funny. Maybe maybe you might not find it funny and maybe it would be cringe for you. I don't know. But for me it was amazing. The anime itself is just so funny. I'm not sure what you saw on the Google, but the art style is kind of cute. I don't know what you saw on Google when you searched Asobi Asobase. It's not supposed to be jump scaring. Tomorrow we will be making this meter by using the line art, and then we will attach this head to that design, and then we will add this hoodie into the design, and then we will color the rest of it. And these shoes, these are the shoes that I redesigned, right? So we're gonna have to color these as well. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe I will like I don't know when I'll stream tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. You saw a ghost? When you search Asobi Asobase, I'll have to search it myself to find out. I'm not exactly gonna rest, but I'm just gonna go grab something to eat and then get back to work. As in, get back to drawing the stuff that I have pending. I'm not even want. I don't even want to show this, but okay, I'll show you this. I have to change the size of the eyes for him, and then color the hair, and then submit it as a complete version, and then I have to submit a few more sketches to other clients. Okay. All right, then I will catch you later. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching. Um, bye bye.